Good morning, everyone. Just a quick demonstration on this battery tester for iPhone and Samsung phones as well. The purpose of this video also is to sort of point out that when you're doing a resistance test, which on the software is known as complex test, you must input the bat charger, which is an 18-volt input, basically through via this port. Otherwise the test will fail. So let me show you. I've got an iPhone here. It's been dropped, and one of the common symptoms is after suffering a drop, the battery tends to bloat. So that battery is bloated quite obviously. So what we're going to do is we're going to power on the unit. This was initially bought from AliExpress, and it was in the region of about 150 plus tax. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to do the Apple battery test. So let's move over to that. Okay, I'm going to plug the battery in. It's an iPhone 6 battery, and a little LED indicator will lit on the top once the battery is connected properly. There we go. Let me see if you're in view. Right, let me zoom in a little bit. Put this phone just so that I know where position, because the camcorder is quite further back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the test. It's showing up as a fake battery. Obviously it's not an original battery. iPhone 6, and the design capacity is 1810. Full charge capacity is 1810. The health level is 100%. Charge cycle completes 287%. Now the battery has been resetted. Actually, I've connected this on the on this device yesterday, and somehow it's resetted itself. I can't remember what was done to it, but that's not the purpose of the video. The purpose of the video is to sort of show you that the resistance test on the battery, to show that whether if the battery is good or bad. So let's go back onto the main menu. Okay, and I'm going to scroll back to complex test. Enter. See, so it requires power source. External power source is offline. This will crash. It will come up with no results. There you go. I'll rerun the test again, and it won't let me. Okay, so how do you overcome this? It's already flagging up the fact that it's offline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the external power source in, and it starts redoing the test, and it comes up as not good. So again, the purpose of this video, when you're doing the complex test, ensure that the device is connected to a external battery. I'm just gonna see if I've got another battery. Actually, let me come back out of this, just so that I can prove my point. But let me see if I can get a battery from somewhere. I should have a battery somewhere. Let's try this iPhone 4 battery. Okay, that's something that I have within range basically. So I'm hoping that that's what it's going to be fitted as. No, that's an iPhone. Right, sorry, that's an iPhone 4. I need an iPhone 4 as battery. That's when we'll slot into that. So the support for this device is minimum iPhone 4. I do have batteries, plenty of batteries. It's just when you need something. When you need something, you can't find it. Let's try a battery test on this one. This is a 4S battery. See what's going on. iPhone 4S, yep. Seems like an original. Is it Apple original? No, I'm not so sure. My overcautiousness that I tend to wrap the terminals, but no need for that one. It's in the packet, but do it anyway for whatever reason. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back onto the Apple battery test. I'll hook this up and enter. Let's see what it does. Okay, so are you in range? Can you see what I'm doing? Yep, okay, beautiful. So I've connected an iPhone 4S battery. It does recognise it as original. Score is poor. iPhone 4S battery. Design capacity is 1430. Full charge capacity is 1120 mAh. Charge remaining 0%, so good idea that I'm going to give this a little bit of a charge. Woof! It's at a charge cycle of 1590. Okay, it goes on to battery temperature and the rest of the whatever. I'm not going to start going on to that. Let's do this complex test. So it's reading the ohms straight away. It's a used battery, but it should be okay. Let's see what the test comes out as. Test pass. Right. So it is quite important for you to ensure that this is connected. If I unplug this, I don't want to do it anymore. But just don't want to sort of do things out of context. But anyway, that's that. Great little kit. Unfortunately, the downside is that I don't know who the manufacturer is. Whatever it is, it was bought from AliExpress. Yeah, it's nothing. And remember that the input is 18 volt 2 amp. That's the power supply that came with it, basically. So again, I'm recapping this. If you're doing an ohm test, resistance test on the battery, or the complex tests on the battery, make sure that you do sort of use the external power source. Otherwise you will not get, it'll crash basically, like what I've demonstrated there. Anyway, all the best, have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you in my next video. Bye for now.